This episode is brought to you by Febreze, and we're coming to you from the official Febreze-sponsored boot room, which, if you know anything about soccer, is usually the last place you want to hang out. This is What Now with Trevor Noah. 104 matches, 48 teams, 30-something, 32 maybe knockout games.
6 weeks, a feast of football.
How do you feel right now? Are you full? Or do you wish this was your new life?
Man, I could always go for seconds when it comes to football. I could always go for seconds.
This was insane, man.
But are you not entertained?
Yeah, are you not entertained? For sure. First and foremost, Spain are the world champions again.
Spain are the world champions. Worthy champions. Deserved champions.
And I don't want to say it's because of me, but I will say, every time I've been at a final, Spain has won it.
Also, they did win their first big major championship.
South Africa?
No, their first major championship, 2008. That jersey, the man you're wearing right now.
Oh, this
Fernando
one. Oh, yeah.
Torres,
No, I'm talking about the World Cup only.
He scored the goal that set them on a path.
Let's talk about it. I mean, first and foremost, the World Cup, the final. Like, everybody who was watching the game in the stadium, on TV, said the same thing. Spain was stifling Argentina. Watching it in real time was even more impressive, because we were lucky enough to be at the game.
Yes.
Seeing how the Spanish team completely pressed every single player on the opposing team, seeing how they attacked together, seeing how Rodri... Can I tell you, Rodri, I don't think has won a single man of the match at this tournament.
No.
And I think it's because the man of the match was voted for by fans. And I think the fans, not that they didn't know the game. I think because when you're watching the game on TV, you miss out on so much of what's not happening on screen. When you're watching the game live, it's easy to say Rodri's man of the match.
He was a colossus. He was a colossus today. He was everywhere. If you just kept your eye on him, you could see the whole game. You didn't have to watch the whole game to see him. He gave us Sergio Busquets vibes. He was everywhere.
But almost like a stronger Busquets.
Yeah, a stronger, bigger, taller. He's quite a unit. But it was like just watching him, how casual he was. We talked about this during
You said it's like a grandpa.
He was like a grandpa playing in his slippers in his backyard. It wasn't a World Cup final for him. He was immense. The interceptions he made, fully deserved player of the tournament. Fully deserved in my
Who are you happy for? Baby Goat or the Goat?
I'm happy for Baby Goat because winning it at 19, winning the World Cup sometimes, not winning the World Cup can become like some kind of albatross around your neck.
You're not wrong.
We saw it with Ronaldo.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
If you win it now, you get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Now you can play your international career. You're already a hero.
Yeah.
So I was really happy for him. Of course,
all Lamine has to do is win a Champions League now, which is way easier. I would argue.
Yes, for the club
than winning because you have a chance every year.
He already won the European Championship and he was instrumental in that.
Yeah.
I part of me wanted, because there were so many Barcelona boys in that team, in that Spanish team. I wanted Pedri to win. I wanted the Lamine Yamal of defenders, Pau Kubasi.
But do you think
Pedri
had a good World Cup?
He had a good World Cup. He didn't have the World Cup he expected. Pedri expects to always be a starter, but he was unseated by Fabian Ruiz. I thought Fabian Ruiz, and I can get why he took over. Fabian Ruiz is a lot taller, he's a lot bigger, and I think Luis de la Fuente.
He's also a lot more progressive in this tournament, at least.
But he was very imprecise. That's the thing. He was progressive, but he was very, very imprecise. And I think when Pedri came on, you saw how Spain now took an even bigger, stronger hold on the game. Because it's all about control. But Fabian Ruiz gives you something that Pedri doesn't give you, which is physicality in the middle. So I get why he wanted him there. But Pau Kubasi winning young player of the tournament, he was a colossus in defense. He was incredible in defense.
Man, it was so wild as well, like being there in the stadium, because like the Argentine fans,
they don't know when they're beaten. They don't know when they're beaten.
The whole stadium was Argentina. Like, I'm talking from the first minutes.
It felt like you were watching the game at La Bombonera.
Until the handing of the trophy, they were still singing. They were
even
still
during
chanting.
the hanging. Yeah,
they were. It's like you couldn't tell if they'd won or lost.
I'll say this.
And watching them with Messi stand in front of them, did it feel like a farewell to you? Do you think Messi's gone?
No, I don't think he is. I think they still a last dance in him. I watched him. So the funny thing about that image is I never thought, in 100 years, I never thought Messi would reach that kind of status with these Argentine fans. They were banning his jerseys and banning his effigies just 10 years ago when they forced him into retirement. When they used to call him the
when
Catalan.
They were saying the Catalan,
When they went like, you don't feel the way Maradona used to feel. Because remember, the reason Maradona is so adored in Argentina is he tagged on the emotional chords of the fans. Maradona was literally a fan playing the game. That's what he was. He wasn't a soccer player. He was a fan who just happened to be gifted enough that he could play the game.
Do you remember, have you seen that video where Pele is talking to Maradona? They're at some event and they're outdoors and they don't realize that their microphones are on or they're hot. And there's like a ceremony happening around them. And then they start talking. And then Pele says to Maradona, he's like, hey, have you met this guy, Messi? Messi, have you met him? And then Maradona's like, yeah, I've met him before. And Pele's like, he's really good, but I've never met him. Then Maradona's like, yeah, he's phenomenal. Then he goes, yeah, what's he like? Then Maradona goes, look, he's really, really talented. He's like, but he has zero personality.
Yes.
He's like, he'll never be great because he has no personality.
Yes.
He doesn't make the fans feel anything. He doesn't make the team feel anything.
Argentines are a very passionate people. They're a very fiercely emotional people. And so Maradona, even with the things he used to do, the way he used to talk to the opponents, the way he used to talk to the referees, you could go like, oh, that's what I would do as a fan. Just that most fans are not gifted enough
to be on the pitch.
To the pitch.
Yeah.
And so Messi, for the longest time, part of the reason why they accused him of being Catalan is they said, you don't feel. Remember, he never played in the Argentine league before he came to Barcelona.
Which is rare.
Yeah, so he never had that bond with the fans. And so to see him cry as they were singing and like they were chanting at him and they were serenading him.
He just
that emotion
stood there.
Yes. Crying
in front of them.
As they sang, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, Trevor. To see, you know, because normally in the world, normally in any story, drama or otherwise, you want to see that redemption arc. And to see them serenading him for 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, it was 15 minutes.
As he stood in front of them crying. I went like, oh, that's the stuff that legends are made of.
You know who's also a legend?
Beautiful, yes.
Enzo Fernandez. Let me tell you why Enzo Fernandez is a legend, bro. He's a legend because he celebrates his goal. Like, remember, he's got that famous celebration. Cups his ears. Then he does the thing. Cups his ears. Does the thing. Standing there. So now it's a great meme. Like, everyone's got that meme, right? Then, did you also see that press conference that he gave?
Okay.
So, because he put out, he had like a post on his social media where he played Wonderwall.
Oh, okay.
And like laughing faces, little laughing emojis and everything. So then they asked him in one interview, they're like, yo, bro, why are you insulting England? You live there and you play football there.
Yes. You get paid.
Aren't you worried about it? And then he was like, no. And he says this in Spanish. He's like, no, I think people might be a little confused. I didn't want to insult anybody in England. He's like, I have a lot of respect for the English. He's like, my housekeepers are all English. And I respect them. I respect them. I was like, yo, bro.
My friends are all black.
What a
and
crazy,
I respect them, yes.
What a crazy statement that you think will get you out of this to be like, no, I have a lot of love for these people. A lot of them like are my housekeepers.
Yes. I pay them minimum wage.
You know what I mean?
Yes. No, I'll say this.
And then he goes and he gets a red card in the World Cup.
I think both yellow cards were silly. I think the first one, you can't get a yellow card for dissent in a World Cup final, especially against a team as good as Spain.
Yeah, but can I tell you why?
Yes.
Because Argentina was used to not getting cards.
No.
I'm telling you,
he genuinely thought he was fouled. He genuinely thought he was fouled.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, Joe. What I'm saying is this. This is what happens to teams.
Players talk back every time.
Let me tell you something.
Players talk back.
If they felt like they couldn't do it, they wouldn't do it. But he felt emboldened, and then he met a ref who was like, here's a card.
I disagree with the whole premise of Argentina being favored. I disagree. I've watched all the games. There's no decision where you could go like, they favored them.
What?
No, there were so many.
Are you crazy?
Yes. People were...
I'm glad that you said yes when I said, are you crazy?
No. People were cherry picking. I'll say this. The second yellow was even sillier than the first one.
Why?
When you're on a yellow, you can't go diving in.
Yeah,
you can't go diving in.
But you know why? It's because he forgot that he was on a yellow.
No. Because remember, Argentina had to take off Lisandro Martinez.
Yeah.
Because he was in a yellow. Because they know against a team like Spain, at some point you're going to have to tactically foul. You can't do that when you're in a yellow. So they took off Licha, who was one of their best defenders, and now he goes and does that. Now he's left them with 10 men. Messi doesn't press. Messi doesn't track back. Now you've left us essentially with 9 men.
Guys, you can't. But even if you have 10 men, 10 men against Spain,
you're going to work.
Guys, forget work. It's finished, man.
No. But I'll say they gave a better.
Can you think of a team
that
can play Spain with 10 men on the field?
Yes, Argentina. It's the only team. Because I'll tell you one thing. They gave a better account of themselves than France with 11 men.
Against Spain.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
They gave a better count. And the thing is, when I started out, and if you watch the live stream, I end up being very pro-Argentina at the end because I love a good defensive performance. I haven't seen like teams defend like that since
They were
Italy
immense. They were immense.
In 2004, Euro 2004, when they defended like that. Alessandro Nesta, Fabio Cannavaro,
Maldini,
Francesco Toldo against the Netherlands at home. Netherlands missed 2 penalties. Italians were reduced to 10 men. They defended like their lives depended on it. Took it to penalties. Francesco Toldo stood up tall. They advanced to the finals. Now, I'll say this. I love a good defensive performance. I love a good attacking performance, but I love when the defense goes like, today we're throwing everything. We're putting our bodies on the line. And I felt Argentina did that. I feel like Alberto Passarella, their famous defender from 78, if he was watching, he must have been impressed. They gave it everything. It was a good way to lose. You give a battling performance, Argentines
except when they started punching people after the game.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Because for me, I felt like they were gallant losers.
They were gallant. Then like at the end, it just turned into a brawl.
Yeah, because
like it was a full-on brawl.
Because Argentines are also sometimes sore losers. But the thing is, they give a better. If you see what Spain did to France,
I mean,
if you go out like that, that's disappointing. Today they gave a battling performance. They were waiting for that one moment, and they almost got it at the end.
They almost got it at the end, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only way you can beat the Spain team. You can't try to fight them man for man. No one can play soccer like them. You can't try to fight territory by territory. No one can control territory like them. You can't try to fight them possession by possession. They're filled with Barcelona players. And then they add in people like Rodri. You said something about their wing backs.
Yeah.
The wing backs play like wingers.
Yeah, they do.
Everyone is comfortable on the ball. You can't go toe-to-toe with them, which is what France tried to do. And they learned a very painful lesson.
I don't even think France went toe-to-toe with them. I think France made the mistake of thinking
they were equals.
That they didn't need to play as a team.
Yes.
Right? Because with Spain, the left back and the right back are as important in the attack as the left wing and the right wing are in defense.
Yes.
But with France, the attackers do the attack, the defenders do the defend. You know, an example of, this is something, it's going to be interesting to see how Zinedine Zidane takes over the French team, because you even saw it in the England game. I know it was a third place game, and I know people are saying the game doesn't count, but I think it started counting towards the end.
Yeah, it did.
And if you look at that game, look at the moments where England was coming forward. What is one of the main things they had? They had one of their defenders leading the attack, Jed Spence.
Yes.
Right? But what is the thing that France never had? A defender leading their attack.
You're right, yes.
That extra man overlapping or giving you like the little undercut.
Yes.
It makes such a world of difference in a world where everyone's man on man, one on one, because then you just don't have an extra person.
Yes,
do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, the thing I'm saying so for me, the thing that impressed me most, and again, people might not understand it, is if you're a student and a historian of the game, you know that Argentines love battling defenders. Let it be Roberto Ayala, let it be Sensini, let it be Alberto Passarella, let it be Oscar Ruggeri. They love defenders who give their all. And so if I was an Argentine watching that, I would go like, they fought for the shot.
They did.
Sweat, blood, tears, they fought for the shot. They didn't wilt. I've seen teams, I'm a Barcelona fan. I've seen teams, Barcelona, how many times we get a red card? And we wilt and wither. And then we lose the game that we should have won.
But it's also kids.
Super.
You also got to be fair, though. This Barcelona team has been like, it's kids versus like, this felt like a team of men.
Of men.
And it did feel like the last of men because we won't see them again. What will be interesting is seeing what's going to happen now to England going forward.
Before we talk about England, let me say something about Spain super quick. As a Barcelona fan, I loved this. Because it had so much like in common, so many parallels with 2010. 2010, a Barcelona midfielder, Andres Iniesta, scores the only goal to give Spain their first World Cup in South Africa in extra time against the Dutch.
It was 1-0 as well,
It was 1-0 as well. Today, what happens? A Barcelona striker, much maligned by Barcelona fans like me, and Spain in general, scores the only goal in extra time to give Spain that extra star on their jersey. When they named this team...
so they have two now?
They have two now.
Argentina has two.
Argentina has three.
Oh yeah, three.
Messi
Yes,
gave them
because of Messi's third one. Yeah.
So when Luis de la Fuente, who is another much maligned manager, he didn't come in with the best credentials. And actually, for the longest time, people thought Spain was winning despite him. Not because of him, despite him, or in spite of him. So today, there's nothing you can say to him. He has the Euros, he has the World Cup, but he named a Spanish team without a Real Madrid player. Now, there was only one Real Madrid player, technically, because of because of Cucurella, who was moved from Chelsea.
But let's also look. But
this is a Barcelona victory. For a Barcelona fan, this is a Barcelona
victory.
But
also, if we're going to be fair, how many Spanish players are in the Real Madrid team?
Yeah, no, fair enough. But remember,
so to say there's no Real Madrid players.
No, but remember.
No. But wait.
Yes.
Let's go through the Real Madrid lineup.
Yes. Dinhausen was supposed to make the team. Carreras was supposed to make the team. Some people thought that Raúl Asensio should make the team. Some people thought that Gonzalo Garcia should have made the team.
Oh, Carreras?
Yes, Carreras, the left back.
Oh, I'm thinking of, okay.
Yes.
Go.
So there were a number of players who Madrid fans thought should make the team. They didn't.
Above the players they had, though?
Yes, Madrid fans actually. Okay, Madrid fans, I feel many Madrid fans were waiting for this. When they drew against Cape Verde, many Madrid fans were like, that's what you get. That's what you get for bringing Barcelona players.
But man,
yes.
So
this is for me as a Barcelona fan. This is a victory that for me.
People
Spain always has to build around Barcelona.
People say it over and over and over again, and every single tournament you think it's not going to be true. I mean, I know I fall victim to this, man. I fall in love with the attacking flash. I fall in love with like the prowess up top. I fall in love, man. Defense wins championships. Defense wins.
It's a cliche. It's a cliche, but
Spain
true.
barely scored goals in this World Cup. I know they had one big game. Was it like 5-1?
Yeah, that was Saudi Arabia. Doesn't count.
Do you know what I mean? But like they barely scored goals.
That's how they won in 2010.
But the amount of clean sheets they got in this World Cup.
Yes. They conceded one goal. Charles de Cattelia of Belgium. They head against Kubasi.
That's pretty crazy when you think about it.
They conceded one goal. That's what they did in South Africa as well. And for me, that's why I'm crediting the Argentine defense so much, because there's that thing called Gara. The Argentines call it Gara, claw. Where you claw your way. You know where you're beaten, but you claw your way back. And they showed it today. Spain, normally teams like Spain, who are very pretty and they wear pretty patterns, are always they have a soft underbelly. Barcelona has a soft underbelly because they know how to play pretty football. But when the pressure is on, they collapse.
I think, you know what it is though? There are some countries where they're lucky. We basically get to glimpse into an alternate universe.
Okay.
So for me, what I love about the World Cup for certain countries like Spain, Argentina, etc. With Spain, we get to see what would Atletico Madrid be like with Messi.
Yes.
Right?
With Argentina, yes.
What would
yes.
No, what would Atletico Madrid be like
with Messi?
With Messi,
yes.
When we watch Argentina.
Yes.
Okay. And then with
that was a typical Diego Simeone performance.
Right.
Yes.
And then with Spain, we get to go, what would Barcelona be like if they had Rodri?
Yes.
Like, it feels like that's the one thing Barcelona's missing now is a Busquets type.
Yes.
And you get to see it. You're like, oh yeah, this would make a big difference for them.
We have a kid coming, Marc Bernal.
Oh yeah, you've talked about him for a long time.
He's like
England,
Busquets.
Joe. Let's talk about England, bro. We're going to continue this conversation right after this short break. We're coming to you from a boot room sponsored by Febreze, which, if you know anything about soccer, is usually the last place you'd want to hang out. Because this is where all the gear lives. The cleats, the jerseys, the socks, the bags, everything that probably never sees a washing machine until it's too late. But right now, it actually smells fresh in here. That's because Febreze fabric is built for exactly this kind of odor. The stuff trapped in fabrics that you can't just throw in the wash. It doesn't just cover it up, it actually fights the odor. And I have to say, this is one of the more confident sponsorships I've ever seen. Usually brands want to put their names on the nicest room in the building, the VIP lounge, the luxury suite, the hospitality area. Febreze looked at the boot room and said, no, put us in there. And honestly, I respect that. Because this room contains decades of bad decisions, wet cleats, forgotten gym bags, socks that should have retired years ago. The kind of smells that don't just enter a room, they sign a long-term lease. And yet somehow it smells fresh. Yeah. Can you smell that, Joe?
Smell what?
Exactly! That's what is so impressive about this. Because a lot of the things in here are exactly the things that you can't throw in the wash. None of it. The cleats, the bag, the car seat after practice. That's the whole point. Febreze fabric is for the things the game touches that the washing machine can't. And it's made with no dyes, no formaldehydes, and uses a 100% natural nitrogen propellant. If your soccer gear is starting to smell like its own locker room, it's time for Febreze fabric. It doesn't just mask the odors. It fights them. Find Febreze fabric at Walmart.
England, I don't think.
Let's talk about England.
English fans, please look away. This is going to be very brutal. Please look away. Don't just, trigger warning, look away. I'll say this about England.
6 goals against France, Joe.
I'll say this about England. England has one problem. And there's only one way they're going to fix it. England is a small footballing country. England is a football midget. And the sooner they accept that, remember what they say in Alcoholics Anonymous? Acceptance is the first step.
Yeah.
England has won one World Cup, 1966. Ever since then, they haven't made a single World Cup final. Argentina has been to 6. Germany has been, I think, to 6. England thinks they are at the same level as Germany and Argentina. They are not. They are at the same level as DR Congo, Malawi. Senegal is a bit higher. England has to look in the mirror, Trevor. England has to take it.
Yo, what an outlandish
I'll tell you
claim.
This. No. Okay. You think it's outlandish. England has one World Cup more than Uganda. And England has as many World Cup final appearances as Uganda since 1966.
That's a crazy way to win an argument. I'd rather say this.
How would you put it?
If you're not a troll.
Okay, I'm not trolling. I'm stating facts.
I'm not saying you're trolling.
Yes.
I'm just saying you're a troll.
Yes.
So, if you're not a troll,
okay.
If I was to give an honest assessment of England, this is what I would say. I think sometimes the English, the fans of the team,
yes,
they are confused by the quality of the Premier League, and they think that quality will immediately translate to the national team, forgetting that a lot of the highest quality in the Premier League doesn't come from the English players.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying the English players are not great in the Premier League, but I'm saying if we look at the standouts, every single season,
they're from other countries.
Mohamed Salah, who else?
Said like Rodri.
Mohamed Salah, Rodri. Like if we look of the champions, Kevin De Bruyne. Just go through like the champions over the past few years. Bruno Fernandes. You know what I mean? Not even a champion, but like if we look at like top goal scorers, top assists, Erling Haaland.
But I said this in our preview podcast. I remember when I said England has never produced the greatest player.
Do you realize
they produce good players?
Do you realize until
but
this
always
third place?
Better players from
but you realize
countries.
until this third place game, no Premier League player had scored.
England had never reached England. This was England's highest performance.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you also understand that? No Premier League player had scored.
Yes.
But now the drama, I don't know if you've seen the drama, it's getting spicy. So if you've seen on Instagram and if you saw after the match, so Bukayo Saka gets a hat-trick, right? Shows like Bukayo Saka-ness. Yes.
Start padding.
Team wasn't
in a meaningless game.
The team wasn't.
Start padding.
Do you think it's a meaningless game?
It's a meaningless game. It was played at walking pace. I've seen games on our Tuesday night pickup that have far more intensity than that. It was a meaningless game.
The last 20 minutes weren't meaningless.
Yeah, but
the last 20 minutes were real.
Look, I feel like the fans should have been refunded their money.
I think the fans got more value at that game than all the other games they've watched.
Not if you're a real soccer fan. You see today's game. Today's game was intense. Yesterday,
nah, bruh.
Trevor, I'll say this. Let me first say this about
No. Look. Wait.
Okay?
This is what I'm saying. You're not wrong. If we're going to talk about it in like an academic...
Is England a great footballing nation?
As an academic footballing exercise, it was not great football.
Okay.
No one was committing.
I don't want to talk about the third place playoff.
No one was pressing.
We don't have time. This is like discussing Rob Kardashian. No, I'd rather talk about Kim Kardashian and the rest. I'm not going to talk about a third place playoff. I don't have time. Trevor, let's talk about England. I want to diagnose England's problem because I want to help England become a better footballing nation. England has to admit they are not on the same level as Argentina, Germany, France, Spain. They're not.
But I think they know that.
No, they don't. And you blame the fans. I don't blame the fans.
No, I'm not saying the fans.
No.
I'm not saying the fans.
I blame the media. So the English media is very good at bigging up English players.
Yeah.
And then the English fans and the English players drink the Kool-Aid. And they come in thinking, if England came into the World Cup with the same expectations as Malawi, as Curaçao, they would always overperform. But when you come in thinking you're Argentina, you always feel you underperformed. So here's the problem with England. And I'm not hating, guys. I know some people say you're hating on England. I love England, guys. They gave me Shakespeare. They gave me the Beatles. They gave me Harry Potter. They gave me The Office. They gave us Mr. Bean. I love England. Our best friend, Lawrence, is English. One of the best stand-up dudes you'll ever see. Trevor, I went to perform in England. Best comedy audiences by a country mile. I love England. Here's the problem with England. England, first of all, my beef with England is simple. England deprioritizes players who make other countries win. A player like Pedri would never, ever shine in England.
Yeah.
A player like Vitinha would never shine. A player like Messi, he's too small.
People are saying that about Kobe Mainoo. They're saying, how on earth did Kobe Mainoo not play? Even in this World Cup, they're saying, why didn't Saka play more?
So forget Saka, forget Kobe Mainoo. England, for the longest time, if you've watched international football, you can go back as far back as the days of Glenn Hoddle. You can go as far back as the days of Chris Waddle. You can go back as recently as Paul Scholes. England doesn't like gifted technicians. You can look at Mesut Ozil, the way the media treated him.
Yeah.
They think they are lazy. What England wants is passion and lungs. Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, those players will never win a championship because when they meet great technicians, they always disappear.
Yeah.
So England has never treated. The last time England actually built around a great technician was Paul Gascoigne. And when Paul Gascoigne was playing for England, that's when England dared to dream. If you watch Euro 96, when he scored that goal against Scotland, beautiful football by England, Gaza, that's majestic. I still remember the commentary. It's almost like Sipiwe Shabalala's commentary.
Yeah.
He got the ball, long hoof forward, as always by England. Teddy Sheringham brought it down, passed it to Darren Anderton. Darren Anderton saw Gascoigne charging towards the Scottish box, passed it to him. Gascoigne looped it over the defender and hit it before it hit the ground. That's technique. England should build around players like that. Instead, what does England do? England treats them with suspicion or treats them as lepers. They throw them out of the team. Look at Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes, you sent me something that was very interesting, where Paul Scholes said, even when we used to win,
we never felt like we were in control. Yeah.
And remember, my response to you was, Paul Scholes is so close to the answer. He's actually the closest to the answer, but his Englishness can't make him see it. If England had built around Paul Scholes, instead of Gerrard and Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard,
yeah.
Paul Scholes was idolized by Barcelona players. Xavi had his posters. Iniesta had posters. Zidane said the one player he wanted to play with was Paul Scholes.
But here's my issue, though.
Yes.
Here's my issue. Aren't you basically just saying that every team should try and be Spain? Because because when France won the World Cup, they didn't play that way.
They built around Zidane. A technician, a great technician.
No. In Mbappe's World Cup?
In Mbappe's, they had Griezmann was a great technician. He wouldn't play in England. He would be considered too small.
Okay.
He would be considered like, people would bully him. So the thing is, Paul Scholes, if you grew up in France, if you grew up in Jokol, I'll give you Jokol. He's not the best player.
Yeah.
If Jokol grew up in Spain or grew up in France or Italy or Germany, look at Musiala. They would build around such a player. But England likes bullies. England likes power, pace and power.
Yeah.
And so the last player they built around was Gaza. Before that, Glenn Hoddle thrown to the side, Chris Waddle.
Okay, wait. So who would you build around now then? Let's look at the England team now.
I would build around Cole Palmer, great technician. I would build around
consistent.
He had an injury plagued season.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking questions.
Yes.
I'm not saying it. I'm just asking questions.
I would build the team around him. I would build the team. I would rather build. Phil Foden hasn't delivered for England, but if they built the team around him, Phil Foden would play in Spain. He's a great technician, great in tight spaces, but England likes Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. Now, it's not Declan Rice's fault that he has a horrible first touch. He can't turn. It's not Elliot Anderson's fault that he treats any ball as an unpinned grenade. He just kicks it away. This is not their fault. If Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson grew up in Spain, they'll be stacking shelves. They wouldn't be on the football pitch. Football is about technique. Football is about how you... Did you see Olmo today?
Yeah,
the way he would receive the ball on the half spaces. England doesn't have that player.
Today's whole game was tight.
It was incredible.
Like it was tight in terms of like where the player received the ball and where they moved from there.
Space is at a premium.
Space is at
a premium.
Yeah.
How can you turn? Jude Bellingham for me is the one player in England who, as I said last week, takes out his balls, slaps them on the table. Is he a technician? No, he's not. He's no Pedri. He's even no Gavi. Spain is overflowing with technicians. You saw today, they take off Rodri, they bring on Zubimendi.
Yeah, no, the whole team,
They take off Fabian Luiz, they bring on Pedri. People can't... When England was under pressure against Argentina, remember what I kept telling you? They kept hoofing the ball away.
Yeah, they did.
When they needed someone
Did you see the difference today?
Yes.
Difference today. Spain is up. Ball goes to Argentina. What did the Spanish do? They went to them. They didn't... That's all I'm saying I was looking for from the English team. Don't retreat into your box when the ball is in the other team's half, now you go wait for them. Because here's a few things that you do without realizing it. I know it seems safer, but first of all, you allow them to think because they get to look up, they get to scan the field, they get to like assess the situation.
Yes.
When a man is on you, and that's why I'm not good at football. I know when you're on me, I have to just think about the ball.
You've seen when I play, it doesn't matter if 3 guys on me. I tell you, no, these are shots. Pass me the ball.
Yeah.
These are non-existent shots because I know I can control the ball.
It makes a big difference.
They can't go through me. So the thing with
it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying though about the English team is, when you looked at this team that played France, I know you don't count it, but did you see anything in this team from any of the players where you'd go, actually, there's something there?
It was a meaningless game, so which means English players will turn up. Declan Rice was incredible in that game because it was meaningless. English players always disappear, be it Hurricane, be it Declan Rice, they disappear in high-pressure games because they simply don't have the technique to take them through. I'll tell you this, and again, people are going to go like, Joe, you're being harsh. How much money did Declan Rice cost? $130 million, right? How much money did Elliot Anderson cost? $150 million. For me.
And now they're saying...
for me, listen.
And now they're saying Morgan Rogers also like 100...
No, Morgan Rogers he's a winger. He's not like... He's like a 10 sometimes. I don't mind him. I'm saying, for me, when I look at Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice, they are 2 butt cheeks of the same ass. 2 butt cheeks of the same ass. 2 butt
cheeks of the same ass.
I can control the ball better than them under pressure.
My goodness.
2 butt cheeks of the same ass.
I don't know what's worse.
So much money.
I don't know what's worse.
They cost so much money, Trevor. Now, I'll tell you this again.
Two butt cheeks of the same ass.
Trevor, I'm going to take you back to the 50s. Why did England win the World Cup in 1966? England won the World Cup in 1966 because in 1950, England thought they were the best team in the 1950s. Then they met that Hungarian team, the Magical Magyars, led by Ferenc Puskás. And they taught them a footballing lesson. England was still playing 4-4-2. These guys were playing 3-5-2. They taught them a footballing lesson. A footballing lesson so painful, England went back to the drawing board. And they went like, we need to modernize our game. Now, the problem with England these days is they come to World Cup or they come to a European Championship, underperform or perform to their talents. And instead of having a long, hard look in the mirror, instead of asking themselves questions, you know what happens? Because the media has been bigging up the players. The media can't go like, no, the players are mediocre. What do? They look for scapegoats. And the blame game starts. And then it's like a vicious cycle every time. England thinks they're better than they are, underperform, blame game starts. They never take a hard look in the mirror and go like, okay, what do we need to change? We need to change our footballing culture. We can't build around players who are strong. Football is not about hard work. Look,
can I tell you?
Trevor, if I wanted hard workers in my midfield, I would go get Amazon warehouse workers. I would go get Kenya marathon runners. I would go get a cardiologist. Football is not cardio. Football, the ball should always move faster than you. That's what Pedri does. Pedri is not that fast. Rodri is not that fast. Oh, but good luck getting the ball from him. And England lacks that kind of player who can.
What does France lack right now? Because I don't know if you saw the post game interview that Adrien Rabiot gave.
Okay.
I don't know if you
he shouldn't be playing for France for starters. He's not gifted enough.
It's sparked a lot.
He's not gifted enough.
Can I tell you, it has sparked a lot of controversy because, like, from what I've been seeing online, French fans are torn. Some are saying like Rabiot should be the last one to speak.
Yes.
Other people are saying yes, he's calling out something that was terrible because they're saying
what did he call out? I'm
so
curious.
He said that he had never seen something so disgusting, and people are saying because he didn't, he didn't call people out specifically, but people are saying he was commenting on what Turkey did during the match.
Okay.
So during the first hydration break,
incredible technician, Shaki.
But during the first hydration break,
I love him so much. Yes.
Didier Deschamps comes to him and says basically something to the effect of
move it faster.
Move the ball along faster. That's all. Like move it along. And Turkey basically like dismisses him and just walks away. Carries on doing what he wants to do.
It was his last day on the job. I wouldn't listen to my boss if he's heading out of the door.
Yeah, but still. And then Deschamps was like, it might be my last day, but you forget I've still got one more half. So he took Turkey off. Okay. And then Turkey goes and like lounges like it's a picnic. Very Turkey. I'm not going to lie. Lounges like it's a picnic on the bench. And then France turned it around. You saw Didier Deschamps puts in like the real French team. They start getting goals back. They start playing. It becomes something different. But now people are asking, it's like, it's interesting. The question people are asking is, does France also need to think about what it is trying to build towards versus just having the right talent to do something?
No, I think France has a good team. They're just unlucky that they have a boogie team as well.
What do you mean?
They have Spain is their boogie team. France can beat every team in the world, I feel.
Except Spain.
Apart from Spain. Because Spain's style is totally at odds.
So you wouldn't change anything for France?
Here's what I would have done. And France can't do this because it's not their style. If I was facing Spain, I wouldn't have played all 4 attackers because then you have passengers. So Olise is a passenger, Due Bakola passengers, Dembele is a passenger, Mbappe is a passenger. What you need against Spain is you need hard-working players, like we saw today, like we saw with Cape Verde. You need people who are going to work hard to chase the ball. Mbappe, Due, Bakola, Dembele, they can't chase the ball. So what he should have done, he should have played the midfield of Kone, Kante, and maybe Rabiot and Tchouaméni, and then just had Dembele and Mbappe forward.
As outlets.
Yes, so that every time you get the ball, you hit those spacemen. That's what you should have done, because then you'd have 2 passengers instead of having 4. You can't play against Spain when you're 4 men down. Why did Argentina succeed? They had 1 passenger.
Messi.
Yeah. Even when they went down to 10 men, they still held on to that game because they were working hard as a team.
You saw Messi on the field would just stand by himself waiting for the game to develop and come to him, and then the team would play for him.
That's the only way to beat Spain. So Argentina, France can beat every country.
I also think the mistake they made though is...
Okay, what would you change?
It's not what I would change, but I think it's something that I think France maybe took for granted. And it's only evident when you play against a team like Spain, or when you play against opposition that is closer matched to you.
Right? Or that are technically.
And I think in a way they got a warning shot from Paraguay, but they didn't see it, right? When they played against Paraguay, what did Paraguay do particularly well? They just put 2 men in every position to defend. So Olise was up against 2, Dembele up against 2, Mbappe up against 2. Everyone is up against 2. Bakola up against Due up against 2. It's always up against 2. So yes, you might beat 1, but can you beat 2? You beat 1, but can you beat 2? You beat 1, but can you beat 2?
Who changed that game?
The difference is though, Paraguay didn't have...
Do you remember didn't have an outlet?
They didn't have an outlet.
Who changed that game?
Who changed the game?
Due, great technician in tight spaces.
Yeah, he
got the penalty.
Yeah, fantastic.
And he beat like so many guys to get that penalty.
Right. But
if
what I'm saying
was
is...
English, he wouldn't be anywhere near the English team.
But what I'm saying is though, if you look at the team though, it's not about like good or bad. I think from when I watch it, this is how it seems. The French team, you might take for granted that every player in that team is used to playing in a team where they don't necessarily have to work as hard. So
they're the tip of the spear.
When Olise is playing for Bayern Munich, he doesn't have to work that hard in getting the ball because they always have the ball.
He has Kimmich, Pavlovic working for him.
They have the ball.
Yeah, they dominate the ball.
They have the ball. And Harry Kane. Oftentimes you'll be watching Bayern Munich and Harry Kane will be further back than Olise.
Yes.
You look at Dembele. Dembele has Vitinha, João Neves, Fabian Ruiz. He has all of these guys working for him. Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, everyone working for him on the ball, which is great. You look
and also PSG again dominates the ball.
You look at Mbappe. Everyone's working and he gets to wait up front.
Tip of the spear,
Tip of the spear, right? Now you had 3 or 4 players who are used to not working. All not working at the same time, and then you notice it.
I think the comparison I drew from France in that game was, it's like if you took a kid from the suburb to the hood, and now he's like, wait, what's happening? I thought you get milk from the fridge, and no, you need to go and forage for it in the streets. That's why they didn't know how to handle that. But for me, I think France just has to be lucky, and one team knocks out Spain, then they'll walk to the championship.
Can I tell you?
Anytime they don't meet Spain,
they'll
France
walk
will
it.
win. Yes.
I'm so excited, man, for this next generation. If it happens the way they're saying, so it'll be Zidane for France, it'll be Jurgen Klopp for Germany.
Yes.
It's going to be Andrea Pirlo. Apparently, this is allegedly. I'm not saying it is, but it could be Pirlo for Italy.
But he's not a good coach. He hasn't yet.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's exciting.
Yes, no,
I'm just saying it's exciting.
He was an amazing technician. Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
He understands the game.
There's one more. I feel like I'm forgetting one more of the teams. There's just one more name I might be forgetting. But like to see that next generation, that's going to be like properly exciting.
Yes. It's going to be very competitive.
But that's it, Joe.
And then for England, it's still Thomas Tuchel. Look, man, a player like Kobe
and
Mainoo,
Ronaldo's going to be at the next World Cup. Let's bet on that now.
No, he won't be. I don't think.
You don't think Cristiano Ronaldo will be at the next World Cup?
Jorge Jesus loves him. He coached him at Al Nassr, but I think Jorge Jesus is also very ruthless. I think he's going to build around the new crop. So
you think so?
Yes, he loves Ronaldo. They had a good relationship at Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, but I think he's too smart. I think he's too smart. And I think because now Gonzalo Ramos, remember, has left PSG, he's going to be getting playing time, so he's going to be able to claim. Part of the reason why Ronaldo kept playing was Gonzalo Ramos was always on the bench at PSG. So
I hope, because if we're honest, there's only one player who really lost at this World Cup, from this crop of names, and it's Ronaldo.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know, because
he did score a knockout goal though. That's something
my friend,
to take away.
A knockout goal from a penalty that really wasn't a penalty.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Let's be honest.
Yes.
I'm saying if you look at the names coming into this World Cup, Jude Bellingham,
yes,
Dembele,
yes,
Erling Haaland, Lionel Messi,
Harry
Kane, Kylian Mbappe, even Lamine Yamal.
Yes.
They showed up when they were on the ball. Yes, Lamine Yamal only got one goal.
He was struggling with an injury.
Yeah, but no. Forget that. Go and watch every moment where he's on the ball.
Creating moments of danger every time,
Two players have to mark him. He's creating chaos. He's getting corner kicks. He's doing things. And then go and watch Ronaldo's highlights and you're just like...
But I told you this about Ronaldo. And for me, sometimes, again, people go like you're being harsh. If you're the greatest goal scorer the game has ever seen, which he is, right now, when you look at the records, you can't go 6 World Cups without scoring a knockout game. Bellingham can't outscore you 4 times in one World Cup.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's insane. So for me, when I look at Ronaldo's record, again, great goal scorer, Ronaldo performs in the Champions League. He's Mr. Champions League. I want that Ronaldo when he puts on the Portugal shirt. I don't want excuses because great players don't need excuses. So
yeah, but it's age, bro.
No, even in his prime, Even in his prime, Ronaldo never delivered for Portugal. So people would go like, oh, he's 40. But even when he was 26, he
okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying regardless of the age.
Yes. So for me, it's the same thing with Harry Kane. Harry Kane, you can't score 3 goals from open play, and the 2 are against DR Congo, and the other one is against Senegal. No, Harry Kane, I need you to show up. When I look at Harry Kane and Ronaldo, for me, they have, to use a meme we use a lot in football, a copy paster, they have mastered the art of start padding against footballing midgets. You know, the casuals love it, their fans love it, even the analytics guys fall for it. But I see through them. For me, they're just tapping merchants.
So let's wrap it up.
Merchants.
Let's wrap it up. Team of the tournament for you.
Team of the tournament, without a doubt, for me, Spain.
Cape Verde for me.
No, the one of Spain.
Nah, for me, Cape Verde, team of the tournament.
Cape Verde.
Player of the tournament.
Now you see. Okay, can I just... You see, if England came in with the hopes of Cape Verde, they would always overperform. Because Cape Verde came in going like, if we just make the knockout rounds, England is at the same level as Cape Verde. They should first admit that, then they'll be on a path.
England is in multiple semi-finals. You can't say that.
Yeah, they've never made the final.
So for me, team of the tournament, Cape Verde. Player of the tournament?
Player of the tournament, I'll go with... Man, you know, people will say I'm biased. I'll go with Messi.
I agree with you.
39.
Lionel Messi. Come on, guys.
Guys, Messi is competing with kids.
Yeah.
Who are supposed to replace him?
Clearly.
No,
player of the tournament. Goalkeeper of the tournament?
Unai Simon, without a doubt. Unai Simon. You know, the way he was playing. You saw him today. You were shocked by how high he was.
He was like a vintage sweeper keeper.
And also remember, there were doubts about him coming to the tournament. Because people were going like, but David Raya has won the Golden Glove in England.
No, he was fantastic.
Garcia is great for Barcelona, and the coach Luis de la Fuente went like, "I stand by my man."
He was fantastic. I'm gonna go with Vozinha though, just because he had to face so many more shots.
You love these underdogs.
No. I'm being serious. Like for me, like you said, if Cape Verde didn't meet Argentina, I think we're telling a very different story about them. And I think Vozinha, his positioning, his decision making, his ball playing ability, and his composure,
and also his age. If you're talking about 39-year-olds,
you're not wrong as well. On top of that,
he's a 40-year-old. Yeah. Vozinha did say he was single. That was funny when they asked him in the Good Morning America interview. I went like, 40. Vozinha, you've just dumped someone. I know how you move. I know how players move.
Team to look out for in the next World Cup.
I think the team to look out for, again, it will be Spain. Man, they're such a young core. Pau Kubas is 19 years.
I think Morocco can do something.
Morocco is also a young team. They will be hosting. You know, sometimes, actually, you're right. You know, I'll give it to you. But the thing is, they'll have to go past Spain. And they'll have to go past France. France has their number, remember?
Yeah, man. France really has their number. A young team.
Look, Morocco, I haven't been this excited about a Moroccan team since the days of, I don't know whether you remember, Youssef Chipo, Mustafa Haji.
Oh, Haji.
Yeah, Noureddin Naibet.
Yeah.
That team was the golden generation, and I never thought Morocco would produce such a team. Morocco came in 2022 with a great team. Most of them, Roman says their captain, most of their players, all of them got replaced by younger players. And now the coach who is coaching them, Mohamed Ouabi, who for me actually, with the Cape Verde coach, are the 2 coaches of the tournament. He used to manage that last year. He coached their under-21 team to the World Championship, or rather their under-20 team. So he trusts the youth. And remember, he got parachuted into this World Cup 3 months before.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's going to have enough years,
time to
4 years to work with them. Morocco, you're right. I concede. Yeah, Morocco is going to be the team to look out for.
And
yes. I concede on Vozinha. I concede on Morocco. Yes.
Infantino.
Yes.
Do you think he's going to make it to the next World Cup? When's the next election for FIFA?
Infantino is never leaving. Forget about elections. Infantino is more secure than a tin-pot dictator. Because what Infantino does is this. Remember, FIFA doesn't
He put on a great World Cup. You gotta admit.
Forget the World Cup. FIFA doesn't allow political interference into the running of the national federations.
Okay.
And they don't do that because they want to stop the corruption of the game. They do that to actually safeguard corruption. Because they know, FIFA knows, because the people who vote for Infantino, people who vote for president, are the national federation presidents. So Infantino is like the godfather, and he goes like, you're my capos, right? You're my street capos.
Yeah.
I'll protect you so long as you also rub my back when it comes to it. Infantino is never leaving. I want him to leave so badly. Guys, let's stop living in
If it wasn't for him, we don't get more teams.
Yeah, but it's not also a benevolent thing. Remember, he expands the World Cup, but he also makes ticket prices go up.
That's the one thing that's going to change. No, but tickets are going to go down in the next one. You know why? Because scalping laws are different
in Europe, and antitrust laws as well.
Yeah. So in America, you could resell your own tickets. Yes. You could have dynamic pricing. I think it's going to change.
I think if you dream of Infantino leaving, you're in La La Land. That man, we're stuck with him.
Infantino's the Spain of FIFA presidents.
He's never, but not even he's. Yeah, man, he has us in a chokehold. It's as simple as that. He has us in a chokehold, and we just have to make the deal with the devil. He has the game. He puts on that.
Infantino is the Spain of Shakira's.
His hips do lie.
People who've got the World Cup in a chokehold. Man.
Before we go on, can I say something?
Yeah, say it.
Yeah. Guys, this guy here, I want to talk to you. Whatever you do, if you're watching, if you've watched our podcasts, if you've watched our live streams, guys, get yourself a friend. And I know he's going to hate me for saying this. He probably will never forgive me for saying this. But I'm going to give you a 2-minute timeout. Don't interrupt me. You've been handing out timeouts like a dictator. I'm handing you out one now. Guys, get yourself a friend like Trevor Noah. Because this guy brought me from Africa, took me to the Daily Show. And he told me, normally when they bring Africans to America to work, it doesn't end well. He brought me to the Daily Show. A dream come true. Trevor helped me win my first Emmy.
Oh, man.
And he spent the last 6 weeks paying me to watch the World Cup and talk about football, guys. If you look, if you're ever choosing cocktails to ride, choose very carefully. Because if you choose the right ones, you'll go far. Trevor didn't just bring me here to talk about the World Cup. After live stream, he used to take me aside and give me tips, give me advice. Because this was the first time I was ever being in front of the camera. First time I was ever broadcasting, and he gave me tips to become a better broadcaster, gave me tips to become a better streamer. If you saw me in their first live stream, you could see I was rough around the edges. I'm still rough around the edges.
I was about to say, nothing's changed, Joe.
But he made me a better streamer. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I open an OnlyFans after this man is to blame. But the thing I appreciate most about Trevor, and I have to say this, is despite all the advice he gave me.
Do I have to sit here for this?
You have to sit. You're on a 2 minutes.
You're on a 2 minutes.
I'm going to lengthen it to 5. The thing I appreciate about Trevor is...
Do I have to sit here for this? What am I doing?
He tried to make me a better broadcaster, but one thing he didn't
This is where I wish I could just give myself a red card.
One thing he didn't try to do was change me. He didn't try to make me a better listener. He knew that was a lost cause. So that's what good friends are all for. But no, seriously, guys.
We accept you the way you are.
Seriously, Trevor, this has been a pleasure.
It's been dope, my friend.
This has been a dream, man.
It's been dope.
This has been, and you're paying me minimum wage, but I'm not complaining. I could have paid you to do this. No, guys, seriously. And I know he hates me. He's probably going to never forgive me for saying, he's laughing now. But he's going to give me, what did they used to call it? The hair dryer treatment once we get out. But no, guys, seriously, get yourself a
It was too much fun, man.
Yeah,
this was great, Joe.
He'll open doors for you. He'll do things, yeah.
But I told you this. We were in Russia together.
Yes.
We were in Qatar together. Now we're in America together.
Now you've reminded me. You know he has taken me to Barcelona, got me.
Think about
Game
it,
one jerseys. Trevor you've seen me. I'm not like used to polite. I'm not someone you bring around polite company. I'm not someone you trust around polite company. He's taken me to meet Shakira. He's taken me to meet Beyonce, risking everything.
By the way, after that, we've never met those people ever again. I'm just going to tell you that now.
Restraining orders, yes.
That was it.
And then you made me host a live stream. Not once, not twice.
My circle has shrunk over the years.
This man risked demonetizing his channel. And that's what I think good friends are for, Trevor. It's
been too much fun, man.
You've done many things. This was a dream.
Thank you, Joe. This was fun. And thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yes.
World Cup is done.
Thank you. The chat, please stay together. They built a community. I think we have to thank them.
Yeah, it'll be big.
Chat, they have a Discord and all that. Yeah, stick together,
all right,
guys.
I'm going to go rest. This was great, Joe.
You deserve it, brother.
This segment is brought to you by Febreze. You know, everyone is talking about this being the biggest soccer summer in American history. There's more fans, there's more games, there's more kids playing, more adults suddenly deciding that they're soccer experts because they watched one match and learned what offsides is. But nobody talks about the hidden cost of soccer's growth. The smell. That's right, people. More soccer means more cleats, more bags, more jerseys, more car rides home after practice, more gear getting thrown into corners and left there for way longer than anyone wants to admit. Which brings us to today's confession booth. Joe, it's time to be honest. What is your worst odor crime?
Wow, let me see. So I went to an all-boys school.
Oh, it's bad
and
already.
I was part of the soccer team, and we're all teenagers. So you talk about odor crimes. I've witnessed odor crimes against humanity. Some people lost their sense of smell during the pandemic. I lost mine long before.
Okay, I'm ready for my confession.
What's your confession, Trevor?
I did not know that clothing is meant to be removed from a washing machine after it has been washed. So, at the tender age of 27, I placed clothes into a washing machine and I pressed wash, and then I left it and I left the house for 3 days. When I returned home, I thought that somebody had been murdered in my living room. There was no person. No murder had taken place, Joe. I followed the smell to my washing machine. And then I was like, wait, did my washing machine kill somebody?
Yes.
I opened the door, Joe, and the only murder was what happened to my nose. Have you ever smelled clothes that have not been removed from a washing machine after being washed?
Never had the pleasure.
I had to move out of that apartment, Joe. I didn't get my security deposit back, and those clothes will never be spoken of again until this moment right here. And that's why, my friends, this room is so confusing to me. Because despite my experience, we are sitting in a professional boot room. You see it. This should smell like every overtime game, every rainy practice, and every pair of cleats that got left in a trunk over a long weekend. But instead, it actually smells fresh. That's because Febreze fabric is designed for all the things you can't just throw in the wash. The cleats, the gear bags, the car seats, all the places where sports tend to leave a lasting impression. If your soccer gear is starting to smell like its own locker room, it's time for Febreze fabric. It doesn't just mask odors, it helps fight them. Find Febreze fabric at Dollar General. You nailed that. It got even fresher in here. Now I don't even know if we were in here.
Did you get it?
Thank you so much for watching the episode. If you enjoyed it, pass it on to a friend. If you didn't enjoy it, pass it on to your friend still. Let them suffer for a change. And don't forget to engage with us in the comments. If you want to suggest a guest, maybe there's questions you want, maybe there's ideas that you have, you can chat to us. We will read through the comments and we'll get into it. Either way, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for hanging out with us on What Now? And remember, we do this for you, so we would like to hear from you. Till next time, thank you. Thanks again to Febreze for sponsoring this episode. Febreze is the official odor fighter of Major League Soccer. That's the point. Febreze fabric is for everything the game touches that the washing machine can't. You're not changing anything. It was already fresh after the first spray. I feel like you're just having fun with the bottle now.
I just have too much.
No one man should have all that power.